episode 3517, Stop Kicking Yourself.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. How are you doing? You know what it is? It's time for you to get your well-being on. You've got to feel good from the inside out. And it's time to stop kicking yourself. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted to have your presence. If you already even had the opportunity, you'll want to head over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, inspiring connection and community. Well, on this solemn day, we honor the lives lost, the heroes who rose, and the resilience that binds us together. As we remember the events of 9/11, let us pause and reflect on the strength of the human spirit and the unwavering resolve to stand tall in the face of adversity. We pay tribute to the courage, sacrifice, and unity that emerged from the darkness, illuminating the power of compassion and solidarity in the American spirit. Today, we honor and we remember. May we never forget. So let's pause for a moment of silence. So you know that we've got to live healthy lives, right? We think about all that we're doing and what we want to accomplish in this world. And I know you got big dreams. You get big dreams for yourself. You got big dreams for your family, for your kiddos. You've got big dreams maybe even for your fur-legged friend, right? Yes, our puppy dogs even. But sometimes I think we get so trapped up in what we're doing. I mean, have you ever stopped to ponder why you'd eagerly stand in line for that mouth-watering dessert, but hesitate to commit to a life-saving habit? I know we're not thinking about this all the time. It's like, oh, I could do some chocolate. I got to tell you, I had the most delicious Ghirardelli, no, they're not a sponsor of this episode, piece of chocolate with caramel in it. Oh my goodness. It was like perfect. I actually had it in the refrigerator, so I got it out and it had the crunch, but the caramel inside was also smooth. It was delicious. We'll sit there and we'll wait for that mouth-watering dessert, that special thing that we want. But we hesitate to say yes to life. We don't want to change what we don't know. So I'm telling you this, it's time to stop kicking yourself and hit the brakes on self-sabotage. You are made for more, my friend. And in order to start valuing your health, you have to break free from your own misery because that's where you're living. Self-sabotage can be this horrible thing that creeps into your life in subtle ways that hinder your growth and well-being. It's the voice in our heads that whispers doubt, the inertia that keeps us stuck in familiar but unfulfilling patterns. You know it, you've experienced it. The diets that you keep trying that don't work. The, oh my gosh, the infomercial that grabs you in. Oh, that little box of pills that say, oh yeah, in 60 days, you're going to look good. Maybe it's drops. You know all of them, right? We've seen all of them. Except nowadays, it's not just on the TV, it's in your reels and they track you. And now with me talking, my phone's going to be lit up with all of these things in regards to dieting and losing weight. I'll just have to laugh about it. But we get trapped in that, right? And then when we don't succeed, even if it's only 1 or 2 pounds, that's a success. We look at it as a failure because it's like, well, it promised us I would lose 10 pounds in 5 days. And I only lost 1 or 2 because that's normal. When you engage in self-sabotaging behaviors, you undermine your own progress and you sabotage your chances of reaching your full potential. But why do we do this to ourselves? Well, one reason for self-sabotage is the fear of change. And we've talked about this, I know, but listen here. Come in a little bit closer. Stepping out of our comfort zones and taking risks can be intimidating, right? We know this, even if those changes are positive. Why? Because we don't like the feeling. It makes us uncomfortable. We worry about failure, rejection, or the unknown, leading us to resist opportunities for growth. It's easier to stay in the familiar, albeit unfulfilling circumstances than to face the uncertainty of change. Now, another factor that contributes to self-sabotage is low self-esteem. And when you fail more than you succeed, naturally our self-esteem is going to be a little bit lower. And unfortunately, when we look in the mirror and we see the rolls or the puffiness or the lines or whatever it is, okay, right? You get the dimples here and you're like, oh, can I not get rid of that crepiness? Can I not get rid of, this fat here? Can I just remove it here? And all of a sudden, when you don't believe in your own worth or capabilities, you end up subconsciously sabotaging your efforts to avoid confronting your own insecurities. We undermine our own success because deep down, we may not feel deserving of happiness or achievement. I don't deserve it. If I really was meant to be, I would have accomplished it 10 years ago. So what? You're okay with where you are. You don't do anything to push yourself to the next level. You're not willing to be even more uncomfortable because, you just know what the end result's going to be already. You've experienced it 20 times already, right? I mean, you're already there. You're like, why should I? Okay. Who cares? I'm just going to be okay. So I'm going to go back and find that chocolate. And I'm not just going to stand there for one. I'm going to stand there for 3, 4, or 5. Self-sabotage can stem from a lack of self-awareness too. Without recognizing the patterns and behaviors that hold us back, we continue to repeat them, unaware of the negative impact they have on our lives. And we get caught up in these reels, right? We don't even know our own patterns. Do you even know what you did this morning? Like, seriously, how did you get up this morning? Did you stretch your arms up in the air? I know you're thinking, Christiane, that is the weirdest thing ever. Yeah, what is it? I know how I wake up and I know how my husband wakes up. Why? Because I pay attention. I literally can map out, and some people would say, that's really strange. No, it's called I'm being very observant. I want to know. Because you see, my husband is a very light sleeper. And if I got to go to the bathroom and it's within the 30 to 45 minute window of when he's going to wake up, if I get up beforehand, what happens is I've disturbed his sleep and he's going to be awake earlier than he needs to and he won't go back to sleep. And I don't want to do that to him. So I'm very cautious. I listen to his snoring patterns. I know his movement. And I'm like, okay, I know he's already awake, but he's just laying there. So I can go ahead and get up. It won't disturb him. Or wait, he's not awake, so you got to hold it for a few more minutes. I say this to tell you we're just not aware anymore because all this information just flows into us. We don't have to think. It just comes. But I'm here to tell you, you do need to think because you're missing the boat when it comes to your health. It's essential to cultivate mindfulness and reflection, to identify self-sabotaging tendencies and work toward breaking free from them. Continuing to kick yourself through self-sabotage only leads to a cycle of misery and stagnation, right? Who wants to be dead? I'm just saying. A dead life, not necessarily a dead person, but just living this stagnant life. My friend, you rob yourself of the opportunity to grow, learn, and thrive, keeping you locked in patterns that prevent you from reaching your vitality, your full potential. You can't be who you were created to become with God at the helm if you're sitting here self-sabotaging yourself all the time. At some point, you have to say, okay, I got to be done with this. I got to stop kicking myself. And in order to break free from this destructive cycle, because it is a destructive cycle, you must choose to stop kicking yourself and stop championing your well-being. That is your kiss to keep it simple strategy. Champion your well-being. It's not about challenging yourself to, I'm just going to fail again. No, be a champion. Doesn't that sound better? Doesn't that feel better saying, man, I'm going to wake up this morning and I'm going to champion myself. I'm going to be all in on who God created me to be. I'm going to make that decision. And yes, I can have a chocolate, but I don't need to have a chocolate or 5 chocolates every single hour. I can have a chocolate maybe once a week. Whatever it is for you. I'm just using chocolate as, just a thing because, who doesn't love chocolate? I'm just saying. So if you're searching for that transformation, and if you're still listening, then it's clear changes on your mind. You want something that's different. And maybe you've tried So let's just stop making noise right now. Let's just cut through the clutter, cut to the chase, and make a conscious choice to prioritize progress over procrastination, starting with being 1% better today than you were yesterday. And in order to do that, you've got to have actionable steps to help you stop kicking yourself and begin thriving in your journey toward a healthier lifestyle. Well, what does it look like in real life? Number 1, mindful nutrition choices. When it comes to eating healthily, it's not just about what you eat, but how you eat it. You got to practice mindful eating by savoring each bite. Do you even know what your food tastes like? I actually am one who does not eat a lot of chips. I try honestly not to eat a lot of processed food, but when I want a chip, I'm like, I want a chip. And so I open up the bag and I'm like, oh, it's going to taste so delicious. And I take a bite and it's like crunch, crunch. I'm like, oh my gosh, it tastes like cardboard. And it really does, because it's all fake. Who wants to eat fake crap? I don't. I'm like, why do I do this? And I put it away. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Practice mindful eating by savoring the bite. Focus on the flavors and the textures of your food. Do you really like it, or are you just kind of chewing it to chew it? If you're going to do that, then you might as well just drink a protein shake and call it good. I mean, let's be real. Avoid distractions like screens. Oh yeah, no more reels. Maybe have some actual interaction while you eat. Get away from your computer. Guilty as charged. Sometimes it's hard. Man, I'm working, I'm writing. I've got deadlines. I've got a lot on my plate. I know you do too. So working with something in our hand or our fingers on the keyboard, that's normal. But it also means you're not paying attention. Your body doesn't know, gosh, am I full? Do I need to eat more? Maybe I really don't. Maybe I need to eat something different. Maybe I'm craving fruits and vegetables and I really don't need that potato chip that just sounds so good. Remember, it's not just about the food on your plate, but the experience of nourishing your body. Really what it boils down to is don't eat junk food alone. Just don't do it. If you want to eat junk food, then have a party. But otherwise, don't do it alone. Leave that cardboard potato chip or Cheeto or whatever it is. Yeah, and they are not, by the way, a sponsor. Cheetos are not a sponsor of this. Probably would not be a good idea, even though they're delicious at times. Just don't eat them alone. You can eat them, but just don't eat them alone. Why? Because you probably won't eat as much. That's the key here. Mindful nutrition choices. Number 2, prioritize physical movement. Exercise shouldn't feel like a punishment, but a celebration of what your body can do. Find an activity that brings you joy, whether it's dancing, hiking, or even yoga. I turn on music and I just dance, and my kids look at me like, Mother, I vacuum and dance. I'm like, yeah, man, this bicep and these triceps, they're getting strong while I'm vacuuming and I'm dancing. Yes, let's burn those calories. Now you may be like, Christiane, that's total craziness. Yeah, it's called silliness is what it's called. It's living life to its fullest. So instead of focusing on intense workouts for hours on end, know that I've been there, I've done that, hence the injuries. Aim for consistency instead and enjoyment in your movement routine. Schedule regular breaks during your workday for a quick stretching session or a brisk walk around the block. That's what I do. I get up. Now for me, it's like we're under renovation, so I kind of do a brisk walk through my house and I see all the plastic everywhere and I try not to inhale all the dust as I walk by, but I get to stretch my legs. I get to see and know what's different. Small bursts of activity can add up to significant health benefits. It's the little steps, right? One step at a time leads to miles of greatness. You're on a marathon. This is about a lifestyle. This is not about fast food, right? This is not about a fast life. I mean, unless if you know something's going to happen soon, but I'm looking at longevity here. I hope you are too. And finally, number 3, cultivate a positive mindset. No, this is not about, oh, yes, I've got to be that kind of person. No, I'm literally telling you to take your thoughts captive. Your thoughts can shape your reality. So why not choose to uplift yourself with affirmations and gratitude? Start each day with positive intentions and affirmations to set that tone for a fulfilling day. You want to be like, yeah. Now, I will say this, don't lie to yourself. Be honest. But practice self-compassion too. and acknowledge your accomplishments no matter how small they may seem. This positive mindset isn't woo-woo. It's about looking at, oh, wait, my glass is half full, not half empty. Wait, my face glows. Yeah, it's got some wrinkle lines. Why? Because I smile more than I frown. And I'm okay with that. I use a straw. All right, got some lines around your lips. That's all right. Use better lip gloss so it doesn't go into the lines, right? There's all these things we can do. But serve yourself well. Surround yourself with a supportive community that encourages your growth and celebrates you and your progress. I so want to open up AIM, and I am working hard, diligently around the clock. It's not easy, let me tell you. But I want to tell you this also. Choose hard over easy, because when you're stretched, you're strengthened. Your healthy wellness and well-being isn't going to just happen. You have to be present for it to occur. True growth often lies outside of your comfort zone. So by embracing challenges and committing to small, consistent, intentional improvements, remember that 1% better today than you were yesterday, that's when you make a way for a healthier and happier you. No, things aren't going to be perfect. But let me tell you, when you stop kicking yourself, then you can begin to start championing your own well-being today. Go in peace, be present, be incredible, be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.